If you're truly anointed, you already know the weight isn't just spiritual, it's personal, emotional, and often painfully hidden from those around you, because being chosen by God doesn't come with applause, it comes with attacks, and the first secret struggle you'll face is isolation, not just from people, but from comfort, from clarity, and sometimes even from your own sense of purpose. God separates those He calls, like He did with Moses in the wilderness and Joseph in the pit, because elevation requires separation. And while others are celebrating community, you're left asking why no one understands you, why your circle feels smaller even when your calling is getting bigger, and it's because not everyone can go where God is taking you. And that leads to the second hidden battle: spiritual exhaustion, masked as faithfulness, when your hands are always raised for others, but no one lifts yours. When people expect you to pour, but never check if you're empty. When prayer feels like a duty and not a delight, yet you press on because you fear what would happen if you stopped, like Elijah under the broom tree in 1 Kings 19:4. Anointed, but overwhelmed. Chosen, but tired. Called, but silently collapsing on the inside. And that fatigue often births the third silent battle. Temptation that doesn't look sinful at first, but seductive. Like comfort in the wrong relationships, validation from the wrong voices, or a slow slide into double living. Because Satan doesn't come at the anointed with obvious sin, he comes with strategic distractions, like he did with David. Powerful, but vulnerable. A man after God's own heart who still fell. And, if you're not careful, the same anointing that draws people to you can become the very thing that isolates you enough to fall in private while still ministering in public. And this leads to the fourth battle, rarely talked about but deeply felt: resentment towards God. Because when you're anointed, you sacrifice dreams, friends, comfort, and time. And somewhere in your heart, you start to ask why obedience hurts so much. Why your yes seems to cost more than other people's. No, and like Jonah in the belly of the fish, you love God, but you're not sure you like what He's doing with your life. Yet Romans 8:28 reminds us that even what feels like punishment is being woven for purpose. And still, the enemy whispers, "Is this really worth it?" Which brings us to the fifth and perhaps most dangerous hidden struggle: the pressure to be perfect. Because once you're recognized as anointed, people stop seeing you as human. They stop giving you grace, and you stop giving it to yourself. So you hide your struggles, you bury your questions, and you become a spiritual performer instead of a surrendered servant, which is exactly what Satan wants. Because a tired, isolated, tempted, resentful, perfection-pressured believer is easier to destroy from within than from the outside. But let this be your warning and your awakening. God did not anoint you for applause, He anointed you for impact, and that impact comes with a price, but also a promise. Galatians 6:9 says, "If you don't give up, you will reap." And while you may carry secret scars, those scars are proof that you've been through battles only chosen people survive. So keep going. Stay hidden if you must. Wrestle if you must. Cry if you must. But do not quit, because what's crushing you now is the same thing that will crown you later. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. Your support means the world to me,